Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sofia Rasgado, and I'm the coordinator of the Portuguese Safer Internet Center. And I'm very happy to share with you some knowledge about digital inclusion and the Portuguese Safer Internet Center best practice on how to fill the existing gap. This works, okay. So the main point of my presentation will focus on digital inclusion and literacy and what we have been doing at a national level to increase it. And to make it more interesting, hopefully, I will also show you some of the resources that we developed regarding these topics. First, I would like to give you a brief virtual guided tour of our Safer Internet Center. The national project starts in 2007, mainly targeting children and young people. And in the last years, the project has been working with other publics like parents, carers, senior citizens, social excluded young adults, among others. We are a consortium built both by 6 public and private organizations which complement their work towards a more informed and conscious digital citizenship. The national project is co-founded by the European Commission. Our mission is to develop a culture of conscious use of the internet, empowering citizens to make informed and conscient choices and contributes to the fight against bad conduct and illegal content available online. Our main goal is to develop the safer and healthier use of internet. We don't want you to pull the plug. Instead, we want to help you get the most positive experience from using this great technology. The Safer Internet Center in Portugal is not that different from the Polish or German Safer Internet Centers. We have 3 main services: awareness services, helpline, and hotline. So the first awareness center is the Center for Generic Population, responsible for developing activities and resources that can help and educate the general public about online safety. Seguranet is the second awareness center and is very specific for targeting children, youngsters, and the school community. Linha Internet Segura is the service that includes a free helpline service to aid people on their questions regarding online safety, and a hotline that deals with reports on illegal content such as child sexual abuse material, violence promotion, and racism promotion. The Portuguese Safer Internet Center is also part of the InSafe network, where more than 30 European centers participate. InSafe is responsible for the coordination of the internet safety awareness in Europe. This network interacts with industry, schools, and families, and has the aim of empowering people to empower the people to bridge the gap between the digital age and the community. InSafe seeks to raise internet safety awareness standards and support the development of digital literacy for all, and is also the organizer of the Safer Internet Day in Europe, celebrated annually in February. As you may know, InSafe Network is also a European repository of high-quality content to promote the safe use of the internet that is available on Better Internet for Kids. Getting to my main topic of my presentation, when we talk about digital inclusion and literacy for all, we are talking about creating a more resilient society with new competencies, particularly digital ones, which, as we know, are constantly changing and evolving. The development of digital competencies is currently one of the major concerns of both developed and developing nations, as it represents the foundation of an inclusive digital society. It encompasses important issues for social justice, such as accessibility, access, education, digital literacy that comprehends safety and privacy issues, rights and ethics, and inclusion. Those areas are of fundamental importance for our society and represent a concern that must be addressed in order to achieve the next digital level. The scope of the competences we need for today's digital world is changing. The new practice tends to be based online, and users normally interact with them through electronic devices. Acquiring these competences is part of exercising a full citizenship. A country with digital proficient citizens is also a country where more people are included and able to deal with the society they are part of. We cannot wait to find out what the new technologies will be. We have to be part of their creation. Regarding digital literacy as part of the full exercise of citizenship and inclusion in a society with increasingly more digital practice, where many social interactions happen on the internet and are mediated by electronic devices, Portugal launched an integrated public policy initiative aimed at enhancing digital competence called in Code 2030. Therefore, our national initiative includes educating the young generations from an early age, qualifying the active population and specializing its graduates for advanced digital jobs. The concept of digital competencies is understood on a broad manner. It includes the notion of digital literacy, meaning the ability to access digital media and ICT, to understand and critically access contents, and to communicate effectively, as well as the production of new knowledge through research. To make sure the whole population has equal access to digital technology, to obtain information, communicate, and interact with others, the program defined 5 pillars. The first one, the digital inclusion, education. The third one, qualification. The fourth is advanced specialization. And the fifth is about research. About action line 1, inclusion, and is the only I will mention, the goal is to ensure that the whole population has the skills, competence and means to use and benefit from digital technologies in order to participate in a network society. To accomplish this objective, initiatives and digital inclusion programs are being designed and implemented. They have in common the flexibility enough to address different needs and targets, such as citizens who already left formal education, unemployed, youths at risk, migrants and minorities, the elderly, people with special needs. I would like to stress out that the Portuguese Safer Internet Center contributes to the development and implementation of this line of action and makes every effort to promote digital literacy in an open and inclusive way. In this concern, some questions can be addressed. How do we ensure digital inclusions, in particular to vulnerable people, in the current fast digital transformation? What are the best tools and resources to allow vulnerable people not to be lagged behind? Our center is concerned with producing educational and appropriate tools, resources and campaigns to engage and motivate the community for their own online safety. It also recognizes the need to build and strengthen a network with all the stakeholders that are involved in this area. We want to create a cooperative spirit among public and private institutions and third sector organizations in order to reinforce a positive image and message about the use of online technology. 2 years ago, we launched Net with Conscience, a web series that focuses on several topics regarding online safety. It covers the story of Joana and João, a Portuguese teenager couple who are visited by their online consciousness, who interacts with them and explain why some things can be riskier than others. The development of the contents and features of the web series, and considering its aim of inclusion and accessibility, were built in close collaboration with Access Unit of Foundation for Science and Technology, namely the Portuguese Sign Language and the Portuguese audio description. So I would like you, if it is possible, to show you one of the episodes. This one is about digital footprint. So you can have I started to say. And I lost the time.
Finalmente os meus pais foram de fim de semana e eu estou no Café do Costume à espera das minhas amigas Luísa Semedo e Mariana Lima. Mais logo vamos também ao Cinema do Costume. Podem encontrar-nos logo à noite no bairro Alto e vamos dormir a casa da Pipa, que também está sem os pais. Botem like, não se esqueçam, vou dando novidades, ok?
Consciência outra vez. O que é que eu fiz agora?
Ainda perguntas? Até um cão sem faro conseguia farejar as pistas que vocês deixaram.
Eu só estava a falar da saída com as minhas amigas, mais nada.
Só. Disseste nomes que podem ser pesquisados, certo? Disseste onde ias e não ias com as tuas amigas. Inclusivamente disseste que os vossos pais não iam estar em casa. Por amor de Deus, pá, apaga isso. Protesta a ti e aos teus amigos. Anda, apaga. Muitas vezes não temos noção da pegada digital que deixamos com a atualização que fazemos da internet. Nas redes sociais, no alojamento, na cloud, aplicações, etc. O rastro pode facilmente ser seguido. E se for seguido por alguém com más intenções? Usa a net com consciência.
Já está.
Então, o que é que vamos ver ao cinema?
Como assim? O que é que vamos ver?
Como assim? Eu sou a tua consciência, estou sempre presente, mesmo que não uses, certo? Portanto, já agora, se não te importasses, podíamos ver aquele último filme da Angelina Jolie.
Não sei. Não curto Angelina Jolie. Então, mas como é que foi isso?
Desculpa, eu ando com os espasmos neste braço, sério. Olha, toca lá.
Então.
A sério, que chatice.
You can get it. Well, this one was not the one that I wanted to show you. The one I'm going to explain you why. Because in the slide that I was showing, there were two ecrans. There was the one with the Portuguese Sign Language, and I wanted to show you that because...
Hey, I created this beautiful logo for my bike shop with Wix Logo Maker. Check it out. Go to Wix...
So that was the one that I wanted to show to you, but nevertheless it's the same, just to show you how it looks, the translation with the Portuguese Sign Language. And last year, continuing our goal to produce pedagogical resources and contents about safety online, able to reach vulnerable people, and these deaf and blind students, and useful for all, we developed Zig Zaga net in partnership with the public online television and radio. This content is available on an innovative platform that combines old media with internet. It's an online radio program targeting students between the ages of 5 and 9. It aims to be a resource for raising awareness about several online safety contents, such as rights and responsibilities, misinformation, privacy, digital footprint, online and technologies addictions, safe online behavior, cyberbullying, among many others. This resource was designed in a universal perspective with the goal of reaching all students. It is about highlighting the importance of developing this work for and with the students, and together filling the gap in digital inclusion. So let me tell you a little bit about how this happened. Zig Zaga is a very well-known TV slot that mainly exhibits cartoons and youngster series from the responsibility of the public Portuguese television. The Zig Zaga website includes an online radio made for children from 5 to 9 years old, which programming includes multiple pedagogical items, namely contents from the National Basic Education Curriculum. In this context, our center was invited to develop new contents about online safety. To create the contents for the 30 episodes, we had the collaboration of a writer who, in a playful and pedagogical way, presented us with a story represented by a family and friends, where the guiding truth is online safety regarding not only the risks they may face, but also the benefits of being online. In the episodes, the characters are escorted by the Awareness Center's mascots, Pisca and Inês, that are called to intervene and to collaborate in solving the problems that the characters face, or to suggest them tips about online safety. To record the voices of the radio online episodes, we engaged children and youngsters from different schools. On the other hand, this resource was designed again in a universal perspective with the goal of reaching all students. The reference school for deaf students in Lisbon was challenged to translate the resource into Portuguese Sign Language. This project was pioneered because the deaf students could be included from the beginning and participate in its production. The content were worked in the classroom by the teacher and students, and then rehearsed and filmed by the public television. The content is available online and anyone can see it, and teachers are using it in their awareness sessions. The online series Zig Zaga na Net was launched this year in February and was included in the Safer Internet Day celebrations. I'm not going to show you because there is no translation, but the ecran over there, it's where the kids are translating the radio contents so that deaf pupils can also understand the radio content. And just to give you an update of the data that we have, so since February to June, that's the data period the radio gave to us. What happened? We know that in these 5 months, and we have to think that Portugal is a little country, 1,321 different devices, as laptops, smartphones and tablets, access Zig Zaga platform. And the program was, and for me this is the most important information, the program was consistent in the top 2 most listened to in the radio universe over the 5 months. There was an exception in April during Easter time. So this has been our experience about developing and creating resources that we intend to be the most, with the most universal perspective that we create from the beginning to include all people and all students. This is finally our platforms. So I invite you, if you want to get in touch with us, or these resources and the one that I showed you, that they are translated, that they have subtitles in English. They are available in our YouTube page. and thank you for your attention.